Okay folks, well here is the first test of my new Drift Stealth HD170, which I bought last week. I've been pretty keen on getting a hold of one of these. I've been watching some of the other guys using them. Toast2Go, particularly that man from Yorkshire I've just subscribed to, and yeah, I've been pretty pleased with the sort of quality that they're getting, both in terms of the picture and sound, and also the wider angle. I'd have to say, initially when I saw the first ones of the side-mounted or helmet-mounted cameras, I wasn't necessarily over the moon with how they sort of changed the perspective fisheye, or the perspective out. But I guess I've kind of got used to that watching various people's videos, and I can also see the benefit from the point of view of field of view. So I spent a bit of time last night just diddling around with this thing and looking at seeing if I could get the angle kind of where I think it's going to be. I had a look at YouTube at a few of the tutorial type videos on how to mount them, and 808 YouTube did some really good work. Also Defobra over there in the States also did some really good stuff, and also linked through to a guy called Dark Flight, who basically stepped you through a few things like pairing up the remote and also updating the firmware, which I stepped through while I was watching the videos. So I've got the most recent version of the firmware. Now I guess the other concern that I've had is just how much wind noise I'll get from the microphone. I'm wearing my showy helmet at the moment, and I have the external microphone for the camera. So I guess it's still turned on. I don't know whether that's going to pick up with the visual until I do the editing. But also I've just kind of got the microphone inside one of the cheek pads next to where the camera is, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. Most of the guys, 808 YouTube and so forth, have got that on a setting of 1, with 3 being the highest, and that seems to work well just in terms of capturing the voice and any other ambient sort of engine noises and whatnot. But the other thing I'll find out, I guess, is whether I have got this camera angled. You have quite a number of different options in terms of angling the thing, and that's to get the right perspective, the right amount of sky, the right amount of road. The first few vlogs I did, I really didn't necessarily get that right with my Sony camera, which I had mounted inside the helmet, and it gets pretty dull just looking at about the first 3 meters of road in front of you if you've got the camera angled wrong. So we'll see how this one goes. And the other thing, of course, too, is you can swivel the lens on these around. If it's tilted one side or the other, you just literally turn the lens around. So again, I've just sort of got that a little bit cocked over. It didn't need a lot of adjustment, but I'm fairly hopeful that this will give a fairly straight and level perspective. And the other thing I did too, when I bought the camera from Camzilla down in Sydney, they delivered that express mail, and pretty much got that within 2 days of ordering it, so I was pretty happy about that. I'll get on their website and give them some feedback about that. But I also bought the mounting that you can mount on the tank, and that's a really effective way of vlogging too. I noticed Michael Ross online has done a lot of videos, vlogs for YouTube, where he's just had his camera just mounted on the tank, looking straight over the instrument array. And boy, do I enjoy watching that and just swooping through the corners with that sort of perspective. So I will be able to do a little bit of chopping and changing with the camera position. And the other thing too, I'm still hoping that I can employ my Sony camera and do different perspectives. So I may have the Sony camera mounted up here and try and get those shots, and hopefully the files won't argue with each other in my editing program, and I'll be able to sort of blend a few different perspectives. Just one of the other things too, with the remote, I've tested that and it already came prepared with the unit, and now I've updated the new firmware, so I may need to repair that. That's a pretty simple process, and again, Darkflight did a good tutorial on how to get that done. It's just one or two buttons you've got to push. But interesting, some of the comments and feedback he got were around you can't always hear the little beep go off, particularly if, like myself, you prefer to wear earplugs when you're riding, even on short rides like this, just riding to work. And I figured one thing, because there's a red or a green light that will show you whether or not you're recording, was maybe just putting a little piece of reflective tape or something on my back of my glove, so that I can just sort of hold it up against the side of my helmet and see whether that light's on. It's a bit difficult to see from the mirrors, but the little remote's good. I still haven't made my mind up exactly what I'm going to do with that. Some people wear it like a watch, although I'd much rather try and mount it somewhere, maybe up on the dash here, or I really just don't want to lose it. I know Toast to Go lost his, and I'd imagine they do sell replacement parts, but it's still a nuisance. Alright, well, so ends my first test. Let's hope it came out alright.